How do mirrors work? Mirrors use reflection of light in order to create images in our eyes. So reflection, if you recall, is the bouncing off of a wave. And so here it's specifically light waves bouncing off of a surface. And here is an example of a lake or big pond that is creating this image. And so there's a reflection. We can see the beautiful mountains and trees inside of the water. It's creating a reflection. The light is bouncing from the mountain and the trees to the water into the camera or the person's eyes. And so this is, there's different ways that light can reflect. And so one is called specular reflection. This would be what a mirror or glass or something that is a very completely smooth surface or water can do this. And that's where the light uniformly bounces off and bounces right back up. And so that's how it keeps the image. But more times than not, like a bumpy surface like this sweater, and even something that seems smooth and isn't, like this paper, right? It seems very smooth. It seems like it, it's pretty flat, like a glass or something, but it's not. If we got down to a microscopic level, there's teeny tiny little bumps all over it. And that is, your book calls it something else, but it's diffuse reflection. It just means that all the light hits it, but it scatters in all different directions, right? And so that's the difference between the two. They're both reflections. And I know we talked before about like an apple, right? So the apple, some of that light is reflected. Well, it's not like a mirror reflected. It's this diffuse reflection or whatever, where it's all scattered. So there are three types of mirrors, three. The plane mirror, concave mirror, and convex. And those two words should look familiar because we've seen those before in the previous lesson with lenses. And so no matter what, there's always going to be this angle of incident and angle of reflection. So if you shine the light right here, whatever the angle is from like the center, like it's called perpendicular, right? Whatever this angle is, it's going to be reflected. It's the exact opposite on the other side. And so all of these mirrors use this kind of thing. So a plane mirror, concave and convex. It looks like my formatting got messed up when I made this. A plane mirror is a basic mirror. Ignore this here. A plane mirror is a flat mirror. We just call it a plane mirror. Then we have the concave, which is curved inward towards the viewer. And then a concave is curved outward. So starting with the plane mirror, what happens is the light in your eyes, light bounces off of you and reflects right back. And what happens is what we see is this virtual image. It gets really kind of weird. And so there is this image being created in the glass, but it's also in your eye. What you guys need to know is it creates a completely reversed image, right? So if you have ever looked in a mirror, if you had a shirt on that was said something, if you look in the mirror, it looks like it's backwards. And so what it does is it creates this exact backwards view for you. It creates a virtual image the same size as the object, only it's backwards. Now, a concave mirror, right? So if you're looking here at this concave mirror, depending on where you are in relation to that mirror, if you get closer or further away, it's going to change what image you see. So if you are the center of the curvature, so you don't need to know all the details here, but if you're right here and you're looking at this surface, you will look upside down. And so I said it creates a virtual image upside down compared to the object. But if you get beyond this, the focal point of here, like if you get really, really close, it will be right side up. But it is distorted a little bit. And then finally, a convex mirror. Remember, it's just the opposite of concave. So now this, you see, what it does is it just creates another image, but smaller. So if you've ever seen on cars, the side mirrors where it says, caution, objects in mirror are smaller than they appear. That's what convex mirrors do. And those allow us to see a greater space. Even though the images are smaller, we can see more. And that's why we like those on our cars, so we see where we're going. So those are the three types of mirrors. And that is how they work, all using reflection.